So in the last two sessions we had discussion on what? Physical equilibrium. So in this class we are going to discuss chemical equilibrium. Chemical equilibrium. What is chemical equilibrium? Generally I said that chemical equilibrium is one where chemical changes takes place. At equilibrium, if chemical changes takes place means our equilibrium involving chemical changes can be called as a chemical equilibrium. Now in this class we are going to discuss about chemical equilibrium. Consider a reversible reaction. Consider a reversible reaction. For example, A plus B react to form a what? C plus D. A plus B react to form a what? C plus D. Here A and B are the reactants, C and D are the products for forward direction. So for forward direction. Next, reversible reaction means what? The reaction proceeds in both the direction, forward as well as backward reaction. For the backward reaction, C and D are the reactants, A and B are the products. Are you getting? Reversible reaction means what? Reaction proceeds in both the direction. For the forward direction, A and B are the reactants, C and D are the products. For the backward direction, C and D are the reactants, A and B are the products. Clear? Now, so this is a reversible reaction. Now, initially concentration of A and B will be maximum, correct? At initial stage, and concentration of C and D will be what? 0. Now, reaction is proceeding in which direction? Forward direction. Which direction? Forward direction. Clear? As the reaction proceeds in forward direction, as time changes, there will be a change in the concentration of C and D. At that time, backward reaction starts. It means conversion of C and D into what? A. Are you getting? At one time, the time will come. At that time, rate of forward direction. So after some time, the rate of forward reaction will be increased, and rate of backward will be what? Increases. Correct? A and B concentration goes on decreases, and C and D concentration will be goes on increases. Correct? At one time, or a time will come where rate of forward reaction will be equal to rate of backward reaction. Rate of forward reaction will be equal to rate of backward reaction. Now at that time, or that position, or that point is said to be what? Equilibrium. That state is said to be what? Equilibrium. Okay? Are you getting? I explain it once again. Consider a reversible reaction. A and B are the reactants, C and D are the what? Products for the forward reaction. Now, initially, which concentration will be maximum? Concentration of A and B will be what? Maximum. And concentration of C and D will be what? 0, or almost it is negligible. As time passes, the concentration of A and B goes on decreases, and the concentration of C and D goes on increases. A time will come, at one time, rate of forward direction and the rate of backward direction will be equal. Rate of forward direction and rate of backward reaction will be equal. That point or that time is said to be, at that point the reaction is said to be what? Equilibrium. The reaction is at what? Equilibrium. Now, at equilibrium, the concentration of reactant as well as concentration of product remains constant. A state of equilibrium is reached. At equilibrium, concentration of reactant as well as concentration of product will remain same. It means you can write concentration of A equals to concentration of B, which is equals to concentration of C, which is equals to what? Concentration of D. Now that point is said to be what? Equilibrium. Okay, where concentration of reactant and product remains constant, but rate of forward reaction equal to what? Rate of backward reaction. So this is about the chemical equilibrium. Clear? You can take one example Take example, H2 plus I2 react to form a what? 2HN. H2 plus I2 react to form a what? 2 HI molecules. Now what are the reactants? H2 and I2 are the reactants. HI molecule, hydrogen iodide will be a what? Product molecule. Now initially the color of iodine will be what? Violet color. What is the color of iodine? Violet color. Initially when H2 and I2, when H2 and I2 both the reactants are reacting, the color of the reaction mixture will be what? Deep violet. The color of the reaction mixture will be what? Deep violet. As the reaction proceeds, H2 and I2 react with each other and it will form what? HI. As hydrogen iodide is forming, the deep violet color will be decreases. Intensity of color will be decreased. Are you getting? Initially H2 plus I2 will have what? This reaction mixture will be in which color? Deep violet color. As the reaction proceeds, as the time changes, as the time passes, more of I2 will be reacted with the H2 and it will form what? Hydrogen iodide. As the time changes, the color of the reaction mixture or the intensity of color decreases. Why the color decreases? Because I2 reacting with H2 and it is forming what? Hydrogen iodide. So intensity color will be what? Decreasing. A state is reached where the reaction mixture, where the reactant as well as product will remain what? Constant. The concentration of reactant and product will be remains what? Constant. At that time, the color will remain constant. Or intensity of color will remain constant. So that state is said to be what? Equilibrium. So this is about the what? Chemical equilibrium. We can represent this reaction by means of a what? Graph. We can represent this equation in terms of a graph. So look at here. Take x and y coordinates. Along the y-axis, take a concentration. Along the x-axis, take concentration, and along the x-axis, take time. Yes. As the time changes, concentration will change. Correct. Now, what happens in the reaction? Initially means I will take it as a 0. Initially, at a time t equals to 0, concentration of A and B will be what? Maximum. Concentration of A and B will be what? Maximum. And concentration of C and D will be what? 0. So we can represent that. So this is what? Higher concentration of A and B. As time changes, concentration of A and B goes on decreases. Is it or not? It means you should represent a what? Decreasing graph. Correct. Now, at time t equals to 0, the concentration of C and D is what? 0. So, and as time moves, the concentration of C and D increases. Correct? Okay. So, at one point, the concentration of A, B, C and D will be remains what? Same. So that movement or that point is said to be what? Equilibrium. That state of a system or that state of a reaction is said to be what? Equilibrium. Correct? So this is a graphical representation of, this is A and B, concentration of A and B. This one is what? Concentration of C and D. Or you can take any one reactant or one product. Okay. So this is graphical representation of chemical equilibrium. Okay. Next, characteristics of chemical equilibrium. Characteristics of characteristics of chemical equilibrium. So first characteristic is chemical equilibrium always occurs in which container? Closed system. So this character is even same for the physical equilibrium. Okay. So what is the first characteristics of chemical equilibrium? Equilibrium is established in which system? Closed system. Equilibrium is established in which system? Closed system. Correct. Like second property is all the measurable properties or just write the measurable property remains constant at equilibrium. What is the second point? The measurable property remains constant at equilibrium. What is the measurable property? Just now I have taken that A plus B giving what? C plus D. What is the measurable property here? Concentration. Correct? Measurable property here is what? Concentration. At equilibrium, the concentration of A, B, C and D will be equal to what? Concentration of A, B, C and D are what? Equal. So this is the second property. What is the second characteristic? The measurable property remains constant at equilibrium. Now when this system attains the equilibrium means the concentration will remain what? Constant. So this is the second property. Second characteristic. Third characteristic is that the equilibrium can be approached in any direction or can be approached in either direction. The equilibrium can be approached from either direction. What is the third characteristic? The equilibrium can be approached from either direction. Either direction means what? Either you can attain the equilibrium in forward direction moving from left to right, or you can attain the equilibrium by moving right to left. Clear? You can attain the equilibrium by moving left to right, or you can attain the equilibrium by moving from right to left. So this is the third characteristics. Fourth characteristic is the chemical equilibrium is dynamic in nature. The chemical equilibrium is dynamic in nature. We have might heard the words static and dynamic. Static and dynamic. What is static? Static means what? No process will occur. There is no movement or no process will occur or process stops. Process stops means that will be called as a static equilibrium. If the process is continuous motion or if the process continuously taking place means that will be said as a dynamic equilibrium. Dynamic equilibrium means the reaction both forward direction as well as in both in forward direction as well as in backward direction, the reaction will continuously takes place. So this is what we call dynamic equilibrium. Static equilibrium means there is no movement of the reactant as well as product. The process will stop at the equilibrium. Equilibrium will process stop agi state balance aitadrinda adanna static equilibrium anta correctly. If the process continuously taking place means that will be called as a dynamic equilibrium. Both forward direction as well as in the backward direction, reaction proceeds with the same speed. That is the important thing. Both forward and backward direction takes place That is your dynamic equilibrium. Clear? So these are the characteristics of chemical equilibrium. Next, law of mass action. Next concept, law of mass action. Law of mass action. What is the law of mass action? Law of mass action can be defined as, consider a reaction. For example, A and B are the what? Reactants and forms a what? Product. A and B are the reactants and it forms a what? Product. Now, for this reaction, A plus B react to form a what? Product. React to form a what? Product. Consider a general reaction. Okay. A and B are the reactants, react with each other and forms a what? Product. For this reaction, we can write a what? Rate. For this reaction, we can write a what? Rate. What is rate? What is the rate? Rate is nothing but what? With respect to time. With respect to time, how the concentration is changing. Change in concentration with respect to what? Time. Or change in the measurable quantity, measurable property with respect to time. So that is what we call rate. Now, law of mass action can be defined as rate of chemical reaction. Rate of chemical reaction is directly proportional to product is nothing but here multiplication. Okay, product meaning is here multiplication. Okay, operator. Rate of chemical reaction is directly proportional to product of molar concentration of reactants. Molar constant of reactants. So this is your statement of law of mass action. What is law of mass action? Rate of chemical reaction. What is rate? With respect to time, change in the what? Concentration. Change in concentration with respect to time. So rate of a chemical reaction. Is directly proportional to product of molar concentration of reactant. Don't confuse the word product. Product here is what? Multiplication. Product meaning is here what? Multiplication. Product of molar concentration of reactant. Write in terms of mathematical expression. So rate equal to rate. So what is the statement? Rate is directly proportional to rate of a chemical reaction is directly proportional to molar concentration. We use square bracket for the what? Concentration term. For the concentration term, we use square bracket. Rate of a chemical reaction is directly proportional to product. Product means what here? Multiplication of molar concentration of reactant. What are the reactants here? A and B. A and B are the what? Reactants. So this is what? Law of mass action. Clear? Now write it. Rate equal to, when you remove the proportionality, you will get a constant that can be called as the word K into concentration of A into concentration of B. So this is the law of mass action. Clear? No. Next. Next one. Derivation of law of mass action. Derivation of law of mass action for a reversible reaction. section for a reversible reaction. Now, consider a reversible reaction. Consider a reversible reaction. For example, A plus B. I take a general reaction. A plus B reactants react with each other and forms a product C and D. So this is an example for what reversible reaction. Reaction proceeds in both the direction. That reaction is said to be a reversible reaction. Now for the forward direction, for the forward reaction, A and B will be the reactants and C and D will be the what? Reactants. Now write rate for the forward reaction. Reaction. So rate of forward reaction. Is rate equal to K into concentration of reactant. What are the reactants? A into B. Correct? So this is rate of forward reaction. Next, rate of backward reaction. Again, rate equal to K into, for the backward reaction means what? C and D react to form a what? A and B. C and D react to form a what? A and B. For this reaction, what are the reactants? C and D will be the what? Reactants. A and B will be the what? Products. Okay? Now, for the backward reaction, rate can be written as rate is equals to K into concentration of reactant. What are the concentration? C and D will be the what? Concentration. Concentration of C into concentration of D. Correct? What is equilibrium? At equilibrium. Equilibrium means what? Equilibrium is a state of chemical reaction, state of chemical system where forward reaction becomes equal to what? Backward reaction, and concentration of reactant and product remains constant. Correct? What is chemical equilibrium? Rate of forward reaction equal to rate of backward reaction. Correct? Rate of forward reaction equals to rate of backward reaction, and concentration of reactant and product remains constant. That state is said to be what? Equilibrium. Correct? Or you can write at equilibrium rate of forward reaction equals to rate of backward reaction. Okay? Here K and K will having the what? Same value, K and K. It will be confusing, so I take it as a what? KF. Why I am taking KF? Because forward reaction is there. So for forward reaction I take it as a what? KF, and for backward reaction I take it as a what? KB. Correct? Now equate these two equations. Rate equal to KF A into B, rate equal to KB into C into D. Equate these two. You will get KF into A into B is equals to KB into C into D. KB into C into D. Correct? Now bring KB to the what? Denominator. It will be what? It will be equal to KF divided by KB. KF divided by KB equal to C into D divided by A into B. Okay? Now KF divided by KB. What is KF? Forward reaction constant. What is KB? Backward reaction constant. Now KF divided by KB can be replaced by what? K. Or you can write what? KC. Or just write K. K equal to concentration of C into concentration of D divided by concentration of A into concentration of D. Now this is the derivation of law of mass action for a what? Reversible reaction. K is equals to, what is K is here? K is your equilibrium constant. What is K here? K is equilibrium constant. Now equilibrium constant can be defined as what? How we Next, we will discuss equilibrium constant in gaseous system.